Alright, so I'm pretty excited for this combination of sets, and I haven't changed my opinion of Dreamscape. It's still not my favorite, but I've got Storm of Souls and Dreamscape, which is, of course, a combination from the April League. So I like this combination because it's just kind of weird, if that makes sense. I don't know, basically these two sets kind of are like a contrast, where one of them, Storm of Souls, seems to be a very balanced set, whereas Dreamscape seems to be, well, the opposite of that. Here I'm just going to go ahead and take this Fear Wielder. Already got to Stalk the Shadows, so might be in good shape to make a power deck. There aren't a lot of monsters out yet, but Fear Wielder is just a pretty good card anyway. So, like, the cards in this set just don't have, like, a particularly large amount of synergy with each other, and it's just kind of, sometimes it's sort of weird, like your deck isn't necessarily doing what you would think it would be doing, but, so I've got the Fear Wielder. I'm probably going to take the RS Sensei. He picked up the Scrap Flinger, so I don't think Everbloom is still really what I'm looking at. I'll take the Druid first and see what pops out. Yeah, and then I'm just going to go ahead and take the RS Sensei. I could take the Askaran Armor, but I don't really have a particular use for it at this point. So I've already got the Fear Wielder too, so that's going to help me build some dream cards, if I so choose. And I may actually go ahead and go for the Everbloom here, because I'd rather build some runes before building the power, especially with these two Mechanas out there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Actually, I'm just going to take a Mystic. So, yeah, just get a couple of Mystics. I want to start buying some of the stuff out here. Like, I'm heading towards building a power deck, but I'm not in a hurry to get there. And luckily, I do get the Deluxe Capacitor. So I think that card's pretty good, and might give me a reason momentarily to pick up the Askaran Armor, because it will at least draw a card. And then I can start building for, like, Inquiry Hydra, get a lot of insight. I've got Fear Wielder, then I'd have Askaran Armor, so maybe you could do something pretty cool here. Of course, it's all Dreamscape based. Like, I'm not doing like a Shadowcast or like Lifebound themed kind of Storm of Souls type deck that you would expect to see. But so I'm gonna go ahead and take this Garden. No, maybe the Garden Attendant. Okay, I'm trying to kind of weigh and balance these things. Like, Dreamkiller is pretty sweet with the power strategy, but at the same time, I really want to get the Inquiry Hydra. So, and we did it. So that feels like a win. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I feel like I'm in really good shape here, barring some kind of. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. So I want to go ahead and pick up as much insight as I can and start. I'm going to start churning through dream cards like it's nothing, hopefully. Assuming I find some monsters that I can beat. That Fettered Soul looked nice, but I have a huge insight engine now in Inquiry Hydra, and I've got Deluxe Capacitor to make dream constructs also add to the total, and that's pretty nice. I almost want to just go ahead and take the Diluting Shin. Sure, why not? Let's go ahead. I'm going to have all the insight I could ever want, so let's go ahead and pick up another Mechana Construct and another Dream card. So I don't think that... And Storm of Souls is also not a particularly Mechana-based set, I think. I'm not a huge fan of the mechanism in that set, so it's just kind of weird. We're kind of just doing a different thing, and every game is different, you know, as Ascension is. So, but I'll be happy to have this Canopic Jar. That will go nicely. And which one should I pick up now? So I can just pick up a Dream card almost free of charge. I'm going to get it right back and get the insight right back. Yeah, I guess the Enlightened one would be alright. It's not really one of my favorite Have any way to gain insight other than beating a monster? I don't think I do, but... So the other card is kind of... You know what, though? It'll add to my insight total, so that'll work out. Ooh, Order of the Gear. Nice. I can probably go ahead and take this Alluring Shaman, and that'll actually give me the opportunity to utilize the... I don't even know what the card's called, because I never play it. The Yggdrasil Canopy. I actually had a game one time, I'll try to tell this quickly while my opponent is away, where, see, I very rarely use the canopy, but I actually did have a game where I picked it up seeing that I had Neri's Blessing in my dreamscape and was like way behind, and managed to use not only the Neri's Blessing, but like... I don't know. It's kind of a vague story because it happened a long time ago, but I think it involved Dawn of Champions, and I probably had like the Neri from Dawn of Champions, and maybe like a Lionheart or something. Ended up gaining like 30-something honor off the canopy on the last turn and winning by about 5. So that was pretty exciting because I'm just not used to that card really doing much. So... At this point, I will go ahead and pick up the Matron. Nice. Get a second Matron. Could pick up some heavies here. It sure should be okay. I could slow down on the dream cards to pick up Unbound Emissary, but I don't think we're going to do that. I think I'm just going to churn through until I get all of the good dream cards and just say, we're living the dream. So, oh, he's going to Tarek the Unbound Emissary, though. Oh, no. Now all of a sudden we have a game. Oh, no. Why did he do that, though? He could have Tarek the Unbound Emissary. Okay. That's cool. We can do that. I mean, it does shut down my little combo there a little bit, or slow it down a little bit, and it also actually keeps me from playing Order of the Gear for free, but not that matters, because of course there's no Mechana heroes, and even if I had one of them from either of these sets, probably none of them are very good. Do I want the card draw or the insight more? I guess I'll just go ahead and keep the insight. Oh. Wants me to destroy. Yeah. Okay. And... oh, I get to double this. That's pretty cool. And pick up a Fanatic. Not sure I really want a heavy that badly. Yeah, I probably do. Because I'm going to have an opportunity, perhaps myself, to Tarek the Unbound Emissary. See, he hasn't really picked up like a ton of power throughout the game. Dream Killer, yeah. Scrap Flinger, Dream Killer, a heavy or so, and maybe Nilemancer. So here's Order of the Gear for free. I could wait though. Nah, we'll just couldn't. Yeah. I mean, there's not really any need to get it this turn, is there? Unfortunately, I'm not really doing much otherwise. So, I can't get it to enough to get the Unbound Emissary. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and take the weapon. And I guess that's it. I'm just going to leave the Order of the Gear there. There's a chance I'll draw the Askaran armor so that I can replace it. Because I'm really interested in doing that. I'm building so much insight, like, maybe some of the 10 cost dream cards could arise. The good ones, not Order of the Gear. Hey, Scrap Flingering. I'm concerned. I keep waiting for him to use the Unbound Emissary off Tarek. Not this time, though. So I dodged one run through the Scrap Flinger there, so that's pretty good. Okay. And still don't have the insight to buy the Unbound, and don't have the Askaran armor. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the Seer and a Fanatic. So, sort of a weak turn. Maybe we'll get there. I'm gonna get to pick up some cards from my discard pile here at some point. Don't have a lot of great stuff there, but... So, Imaginative Matron basically says... It basically just kind of turns the worst card into your hand into the best card in your discard pile, if you can unite it, I guess. That's pretty good. Like, it draws a card to replace itself, so... if it works. If it doesn't work, it's just a very, very bad card. You only draw one card, then you lose a card. So you've actually gone minus a card to dig one card deeper. So it's kind of high risk for not a super high reward, but I can make it work this time. Sometimes it could be a high reward, I guess, if your card in your discard pile is very, very good, like an Unbound Emissary or something. I think we're in pretty good shape in this game anyway. I'm mostly concerned about whether, who gets the Unbound Emissary, or rather the Tarek trigger, which I feel pretty fortunate so far that he hasn't managed to do that. Okay. So go ahead and draw a card. I guess we'll just get back the Seer. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to pick up a heavy here and hope to go ahead and get... Oh, I can just get the heavy, yeah. What am I thinking? That's the most important thing. Always do the thing that makes, that's actually the most significant to who's going to win the game. So I'm going to Tarek the Unbound Emissary to get the Unbound Emissary. Seems pretty good. And then we'll take this, and I just have like all of the insight and just nothing to do with it. Man, it's unfortunate. Okay, I have nothing particularly relevant to do with the insight, so I guess I'll just continue to stack it for now. The Askaran armor would give me some more opportunities. I still don't think I have any Mechana heroes in the deck. There just aren't that many, and I guess like Prime would be a good one out of Storm of Souls, but so I'm gonna get to double Alluring Shaman again, and still setting up this Stalk the Shadows, which Tarek is pretty good as a Stalk the Shadows target. Okay, let's go ahead and do this, and so if there was a turn to Stalk, well, let's see what I can clear out of the center row first. Hey, that's a pretty nice one. That actually probably makes it worth doing. So, as we're getting late in the game, I'm not even sure I'm going to get to use my Stalk the Shadows if I don't do it very soon. So, let's go ahead and copy the Harvester, get myself some more stuff here, and we'll go ahead and I guess just Finmal. Oh wait, no, I want another Dream card, right? Because I have all this insight. I don't need the insight. Okay, I can put this now. Just acquire it. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and do it because it doesn't look like I'm going to have an opportunity to utilize the rest of my insight otherwise. So, and I'll just pick up a couple heavies. So, I will say that Hulking Crab was surprisingly effective in slowing down what I was doing. So, maybe not taking Tarek was worth it, but that just seemed like such a huge play. And I still feel like I'd probably have won. Probably, though, as previously mentioned, I won the game when I picked up the Inquiry Hydra. Because that's a lot. I mean, it got me 2 triggers off the Shaman, which were worth 6 total more than they normally would have been because of this card that cost me 5 insight. I also got 2 Askaran armors, 2 Imaginative Matrons, so that's 6 more. I mean, the Inquiry Hydra contributed to a lot of points. It could have contributed to a lot more, though, if the Iskar and armor had stayed on the board. So, if I could have had some more dream cards. Anyways, though, generally went pretty well. I think part of that is the, with the Storm of Souls cards coming out, kind of less support for my dreamscape based strategy, and like I said, you kind of, I think, see that in reverse at times, where you're doing a Storm of Souls deck and not really a dreamscape deck. But anyways, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time around.